The 1993 flood could have completely destroyed St. Genevieve. If that had happened, there would be no living, there would be no historic sites, and most importantly, there would be no sweet things. This awful scenario could have become a reality without the hard work and the dedication from the town and its people to stop the flood. But these efforts were not only limited to the residents of St. Genevieve. The flood got lots of publicity and media coverage. Due to this, people nationally and all over the world came together in an effort to protect this small town's rich history.
Ronnie Inman, I'm General Manager, Kyle Rock Stone Company. Somewhat nobody thought it was going to be as long-lasting as it was. I think everybody knew the water was coming, but I don't think anybody anticipated it staying up for 3 or 4 months.
My name is Stephanie Bell, and I am the Director of Tourism for the City of St. Genevieve. They built 20-foot-high sandbag walls to protect the town, and those held. In addition, the Farmington Correctional Center had sent over prisoners to help protect the flood, or the town. They had the National Guard was enacted and brought in pretty quick. And then, of course, all of the folks, everybody in the community who came out to protect. The City of St. Genevieve knew that someday they were going to have a massive flood, and that was the reason why they were trying to get levee protection. For that year, no, they didn't know. And that year, plus there was still the snow melt that was going to come. So they knew there was going to be some flooding. They had no idea how bad it was going to be.
My name is Brenda Schloss. I am the Planning and Zoning Administrator for the City of St. Genevieve. Oh, it had a huge impact on the community. After the flood, there were so many buildings destroyed. There was a huge flood buyout program from FEMA.
There was some increase in the floodwaters starting as early as February, but the real push did not come until end of June, early July, and then that lasted through October. The problem of 93 flood and consequent floods, the waters went under the levees, and they would create these sand boils, and they would wash out from under, and that's where all the levee breaks up and down the Mississippi and the tributaries, they were sand boils, and basically it was just getting undercut by the river. The Valley Spring levee, which is just south of town, is a levee that broke, and there was considerable damage. There was flood buyout. There wasn't anything anybody could have done to keep that from happening. But within a week, the waters had risen so high, so fast, that everything shut down, and everyone was focused on protecting the town, and that went on for over 8 weeks. That's a very long time. Well, it was definitely a battle, and they were showing the efforts to protect the town. We had National Geographic, we had reporters from Spain, France, throughout Europe here discussing the battle and how it was, being waged. And, it was not even daily, it was hourly. They're ahead, they're behind, they're ahead, they're behind. It was just so on edge and so, it was barely, they didn't know how they were going to make it through the next hour. So they just treated every moment as they could to protect the town. And I think it was provided, I think the coverage was such that this is what's going on, this is such a rare occurrence, and look at how we have all of these different groups and all of these different people coming together to protect this wonderful resource that we have in St. Genevieve. And the citizens of St. Genevieve and all of the groups that came together gave everything they had, and as a result, the town was protected.
One of the main bodies of water that flooded St. Genevieve was a river, just a 20-minute walk from the city's train tracks. In order to see just how far the water had to travel to make it to the town, we walked to the levee and back. This levee was not built beforehand to help combat the flood, and because of that, the water had reached a record of 49.74 feet. The city of St. Genevieve had been trying for years to get money for building a levee to protect the town. However, the government had been opposed to the idea despite their long history of floods. Once the flood of 93 hit, it became evident that St. Genevieve did need a levee. The 1993 flood of St. Genevieve caused much heartache and devastation for the town and its citizens, but it also made the people of St. Genevieve a lot closer community than it already was. Thanks to the hard work of the townspeople and help from others all around the world, the tiny town of St. Genevieve overcame its 4 months of hardship.